feel like you guys are going to be really mad at me about this one. I'm going to tell you anyway. So we're talking about names that I actually ended up picking. And this, if you don't know, this is Juliette's colt by Albert. You can see a lot more about his lineage. If you click on this comment here, then it'll go back to the original video, which will tell you more about where his name came from and why the certain criteria and everything. I'm not going to run through all that all over again, but just to kind of sum it up, Juliette is my hard horse. She is my absolute hard horse of my life. Nobody will ever, 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 ever beat her. This is her very first baby. So needless to say, this was a very tough one because I'm super picky to begin with, and then add all that to it. And then it's just like, he's an Albert. Albert's registered name is the real deal. But Juliette's name comes from a long line of horses that end with let. So Juliette, I know it's not L-E-T, there's an I in there, but it's close. Her mom is Charlotte. Her mom was Scarlet. Other ones in this category of whether they were out of Charlotte or Scarlet are Violet, Piglet, Bullet, Roulette, Brooklet, Nicolette. And there's probably some other ones I'm forgetting, but that's where the let comes from. Pick this comment because you guys are going to be mad because I didn't go with any of the suggestions on there. And I'm so sorry. And I scoured through them multiple times trying to find one that I could go with, and I just couldn't come up with one. But here's the thing. I picked a name and named him that because I had a deadline, and then I hated it. Yeah. So I've now changed it. I'll tell you the original name, and you're not going to like it. I picked DVM, really a whole new era. So I gave up on the let. That's why Randy was up here saying, don't give up, because I told everybody there's more than likely not going to be a let name that's going to suffice. I just feel it. And so I gave up on the let name and I just went with something that was like really bold. So a whole new era, because you can't just name just any baby that. I mean, it has to be an exceptional foal to get that name, right? I mean, it just has to be. So I went with that, but then I was like, well, what do I call him? I don't know. Could never come up with anything. I also couldn't even live with the name A Whole New Era. I didn't even like it. So I sat with it for a couple weeks and then I was like, no, I can't do it. Can't do it. So I changed it. And I'm much happier with the one that I went with. But you guys aren't going to be happy because once again, I still did not go with your suggestions because just none of them worked. I didn't want Amulet. I didn't want Caplet. I didn't want Romeo. I didn't want any of those. But I think you might like what I ended up going with. It has to do with the Juliette theme. It has the let, it has the real, and then it also has, if you guys don't know us, my husband and I, we love rap music. Okay, you can think we're weird or whatever, but we love naming our horses after rappers. Like we have DMX, we have Tupac, we have Biggie, we have, oh my gosh, I don't know where, we have Eminem, we've had Diddy, we've had Drake, we've had Jay-Z, I could go on and on. There's a lot that we've used. Got real creative with this one and used one I had never even thought of actually until today. I'll tell you what the name is, okay? And then I'll explain it. So his name is DVM, Really Will Never Let You Down. Where that comes from is we have the real, obviously in the really, we have let, will never let you down. So you have let. So it's not a word, but you have the let in there. So I was really happy about that. The phrase in general, I mean, it means like, he's never going to let you down. So like, that's also a name that's pretty bold. And like, you can't just name just any foal that. They have to be pretty special because some of them will let you down, but this one will not. But the other thing too is what we're going to call him is we're going to call him Will I Am. So Will I Am as in the artist that is in Black Eyed Peas. That is the rapper. So he has a rapper name, Will I Am. And also Will, like William Shakespeare. So it kind of incorporates all that. And when he's really bad, we're going to call him William. But he's going to be Will I Am. I mean, is he going to be end up being called Willie and Will and probably all those things. But his actual bar name is going to be Will I Am from Black Eyed Peas. And when he's really bad, he's going to be William. So that's what I ended up going with. I hope you guys like it because it's final. I can't change it now, but let me know what you guys think. I've been sitting with it for about 6 hours and I'm kind of liking it more and more the more I kind of think about it. And I went out and I told him that his name was Will I Am. And, you know, he seemed pretty receptive to it. So let me know what you guys think. And on to the next one.